And in this world of NPCs, how rare is it that you meet an actual player, someone who's conscious, someone who's actually there? It's kind of like playing an online RPG game where there are NPCs, but they're also players. Guys, I can't be the only one that actually feels this. There has been a massive change in the past 5, 6 years in terms of people and their sentience, their consciousness. I mean, I actually feel like the world around us is becoming more and more like a game. And I'm not talking game where you have levels, you gotta beat the levels, you gotta level up, whatever. I'm talking the people. We used to make jokes about how this guy's an NPC. That was like a rare occurrence. This guy is so non-conscious and basically looks so predictable and has a low level of sentience that that person's basically a bot or an NPC. We used to make jokes about that. But at this point, it's not even funny anymore. Why? Well, check this out. I'm not even sure what exactly caused this, but obviously there are some culprits like social media, and I'm not gonna sit here like an old man and say social media is bad for you guys. It's not even that. It's the fact that we just spend so much time in it, and we sort of live in this online world now that the actual real world is becoming less and less sentient. These days when I go to the store or just outside, when I interact with people, I mean, I interact with them like they're NPCs. That's how I see them. And it's not because of some elitist mindset. It's not even that. It just feels like nobody's actually there. Do you want to see what I'm talking about? Go to a local grocery store right now. Have a conversation with the cashier, with the random dad who's shopping and holding pushing the cart with all the stuff in there. Just have conversations with a couple people and just say something. It doesn't even have to be a full-blown conversation. Make a couple comments and you're gonna see that no one's actually there. There's such a low level of sentience. It's like these people are, I can't say soulless, but it's more like their brain has been extracted, or the conscious part of the brain has been uploaded online. That's where they live. That's where they write their comments. They'll be sitting on their mom's couch and criticizing the guy doing something. But when they're out in public, they're not actually there. It's absolutely hilarious. And whenever I'm out and about, maybe with my family or with my girlfriend, apparently, according to them, I always act like a clown. And they get embarrassed or really shy. They're like, okay, stop sounding like this. Stop using an accent. Why are you talking to these people? Why did you make that comment? That's so embarrassing. And I always say the exact same response. It doesn't count. None of this matters. Do you see that these people, look at them. They're on autopilot. They're not actually here. And it's funny because this is why there's a certain part of content that's become very popular these days, where some guy wears, the Meta glasses and they have like the recording feature, and they walk around being extroverted. They will go on a walk and, just say hi to strangers or do some weird shit, and it's okay. And why do we watch that kind of content? Why is it entertaining? That's because those people are literally proving in real time that everyone's just an NPC. The collective consciousness is just leaving the chat. And in this video, I'm not going to go into all these conspiracy theories of how they want to control us. It's easier to, control a population when people are literally unplugged from real life. That's a whole other topic. But the outside world is you just can't take it seriously anymore. Everybody is so pre-programmed and so concerned with themselves that even if you do some weird shit, nobody actually cares. It's so predictable. And in this world of NPCs, guess what happens? How rare is it that you meet an actual player, someone who's conscious, someone who's actually there? It's kind of like playing an online RPG game where there are NPCs, but they're also players. And you can meet other players and actually do shit and troll the NPCs. And so usually, your friend group, my friend group, we are the players. We actually have fun and we actually troll these NPCs. I know it sounds brutal, but these people aren't there. They don't even get that offended because they're just thinking, you're the dumbass, you're the clown, because you're not fitting into the society. You're acting weird. I am the weird one, apparently. And I just find it extremely entertaining. I don't know if that's evil or if that's just the consequences of what we do in this world, and people are just so automatic on autopilot that nothing you do matters. Every time I go out, I'm in a store. I entered a Walmart the other day and I was parking my car and I was telling my girlfriend, check this out. We're about to go into literal NPC land. These people don't actually think. They're already pre-programmed by society, by the media. They don't live here, they live online. Watch this. And at first she got kind of like, well, that's kind of mean. That's so, elitist to think. That's rude to think of people that way. And then I'm like, just watch, let's go. Watch, I'll prove it. I just walk by people, make a retarded comment. Then there'd be some teenagers in the store. They'll say some shit to me. I'll say something back that's completely off key. They're gonna laugh. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna turn on an extremely heavy Russian accent and speak like this to the cashier that I am buying the groceries. Do you understand me? And this whole time, my girlfriend's so embarrassed. She's just like, what are you doing? This is so embarrassing. And I'm like, no, look. These people aren't even shocked. They're not here. They're not sitting there like, whoa, this guy is so weird. He's so off key. No, they're just like, all right, this is my shift. I'm waiting to go home and get on my phone. I probably have a message. I gotta check and scroll on Instagram. That's what they're thinking. Or they're not even thinking that. That's what they're programmed to do. And after a few of those encounters, my girlfriend's like, okay, yeah, it does seem like nobody really cares or nobody actually pays attention to anything these days. And if you're one of those people out there who thinks they're the main character or they're a player, good for you, because that's actually so rare these days. Because so many conversations that you have with people, or at least I have on a daily basis, they're so empty. It's just about nothing. Because you're talking to somebody who has an NPC dialogue. They are running the exact same script and you know the answer to what they're gonna say. There's no point in having an interesting conversation. And once you actually run into a person who is like there, you're just kind of like, oh shit, okay, there's a person here. Somebody's conscious, this person's sentient. They're aware, they're self-aware. And then you have a conversation. And just about 10 years ago, this wasn't a thing. In 2015, 2016, calling someone a bot or an NPC, somebody who repeats the exact same actions, was just such a rarity. And now it's basically everybody. And there are only a few of us out there who actually use our brains and think for ourselves. And if you're sitting there and realizing, oh shit, I think I might be an NPC, like you just kind of described what I do. I'm not even there and I don't really care to be there because this is boring or I don't want to be doing this. I'm just trying to get it over with. Well, I'm about to tell you something that's going to blow your mind. The only reason you feel that way and you don't care about anything in the real world is because you don't live here. If you forget the online exists for a second, suddenly everything around you becomes so fun and interesting. It's that simple. That's it for today, guys. Don't be an NPC, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.